When a representative from Shockwave Custom Boats stated that the Corona, California company was a great hidden secret on the West Coast, he was not exaggerating. Based on Powerboat's first evaluation of the boat builder's 28-deck boat that it introduced in early 2007, the test team was in total agreement. When it came to handling and quality of construction, the deck boat was mighty impressive. It was obvious that Shockwave put a lot of thought into the design and production of the deck boat. Both swim platforms, there was one between the sponsons at the bow and another across the transom, were built into the deck and covered in non-skid. Additionally, a pair of self-retracting ladders from Aqua Performance were included on the rear platform to make boarding much easier. In true performance boat fashion, all of the hardware on the 28-footer was stainless steel, including the grab handles, Acon pop-up cleats, fuel fills, and connections for an optional bimini top. Overall, the mold work on the deck boat was solid, as was the gel coat and paint job, which featured a tribal look in red, orange, and blue with white pinstripes. To protect the graphics, Shockwave installed a white rub rail with a vinyl insert. A pair of Dana Marine hydraulic hinges raised the engine hatch to a near vertical position. The Mercury Racing HP 525 EFI engine was installed neatly using feet mounts through-bolted to the stringers on L-angles. Custom-built S-pipes connected to the CMI headers routed the exhaust down and out through the transom below the swim platform. The 28-deck boat from Shockwave was loaded with cool amenities. All the accessories were billet, from the seat bases for the oversized bucket seats to the extreme audio, stereo, and speaker covers that also featured a tribal design. The boat even had a small galley behind the driver's seat that included a freshwater sink. The starboard side helm was loaded with quality components. Autometer ProComp marine gauges and chrome bezels were installed ahead of the IMCO Marine tilt helm. The throttle and shifter unit from Lavorsi Marine was mounted on an extension from the gunnel with the drive indicator a few inches ahead. To the left of the steering wheel was an iPod hookup and mount with a cup holder above that. Seating in the boat was similar to most deck boats. Shockwave opted for a small L-shaped lounge in the rear, accompanied by two oversized bucket seats for the driver and observer. Up front were two lounges with room for at least 3 people on each one. The upholstery throughout was well padded, and the entire floor was finished in white non-skid. Stowage in the 28-footer was abundant. Along with 2 insole lockers, the builder included a built-in ice chest under the rear bench, an anchor locker in the bow platform, and 2 large compartments ahead of each console. The port side compartment had a small berth, while the opposite space was carpeted and housed the stereo components. Worth noting were the heavy-duty billet hinges for each hatch. The single-step catamaran was hardly a rocket, but it got the most out of its 525 horsepower engine, which was connected to a Bravo 1 XR drive with a lab-finished 28-inch pitch Bravo 1 propeller. With the engine pumping out 5,400 RPM, the 28-footer reached 81.2 miles per hour on radar. While cruising at 3,500 RPM, the 28-deck boat was running nearly 50 miles per hour. At that speed, the boat was getting a respectable 2.3 miles per gallon. In standing start acceleration drills, the boat hit 46 miles per hour in 10 seconds and 67 miles per hour in 20 seconds. Mid-range drills were just as potent, as the 28-footer ran from 30 to 50 miles per hour in 5.3 seconds and from 40 to 60 miles per hour in 7.4 seconds. The boat was also quick on plane, clocking a time of 4.4 seconds. Most importantly, the catamaran-based deck boat stood out with its handling characteristics. The full hydraulic steering from IMCO Marine was a terrific match for the boat. Turns at cruising and full speed were spectacular, and the boat slalomed with the best of them. While it was a bit of a windy ride, the boat tracked perfectly and was as easy as can be when it came to maneuverability around the docks. For a first impression, the 28-deck boat from Shockwave Custom Boats was quite nice. From the build quality to overall performance, the 28-footer excelled beyond expectations in every department.